Go.
If you had any advice for someone pursuing a wrestling career, what would they be?
Yeah, my advice for someone pursuing a wrestling career is 100% make sure that this is what you want to do. Because you're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. You're going to be away from home a lot. You're going to lose a lot of jobs. You're not going to make a lot of money. You're going to really, really beat up your body. But you need to make sure that if you want to do this, you need to completely commit yourself to wrestling for the respect of pro wrestling. Because like kind of I had mentioned earlier in the previous question, if you really, really work hard, you really, really believe in yourself, and you're 100% sure that this is what you want to do, then go for it. 100% pursue it. So my biggest piece of advice for sure is just make sure in your heart that this is definitely what you want to do. Because if it is the case, it will pay off and things will go well.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I want to continue, like I've always had the mindset when I first started, that I'm going to make sure that I do everything that I can to constantly get better. So 5 years from now, I want to make sure that I'm still improving, that I'm still getting better, that I'm still traveling. I would love to go overseas again, and I would love to, hopefully 5 years from now, I can say instead of 5 countries, I've been in 15 countries. I would love to be able to just continue to travel the world and make a living as a pro wrestler. That would be the ultimate goal.
What are some of your hobbies outside of the ring?
I'm a huge movie buff, love movies, and to be honest with you, if I'm not training, or if I'm not wrestling, or if I'm not studying wrestling, I'm a big, couch potato. I like to lay around and do nothing and, watch movies. But I can be active too. I like hiking. If I have money, scuba diving is my favorite thing in the world to do. I've done it 5 times. And it's awesome. It's like a whole other world. So if I could scuba dive every day, I'm pretty sure that I would. But I can't.
Do you follow any other sports?
Actually, no. I'm just a straight up wrestling nerd. I don't follow any other sports.
How did you choose your entrance music for the Adam Cole gimmick?
Yeah, what happened was I was in my girlfriend's car, and she had a theme song, or not a theme song, a song that she was playing. She goes, "Oh, I love this song, you gotta hear it." And I thought it was horrible. I was like, this song is so annoying, it's terrible. And I'm like, this is perfect. And that was how I came up with Break Another by Blake Lewis, because I thought it was annoying, I thought it was obnoxious. It's something I would never put on my iPod or listen to, but I thought it was just perfect for a heel character, so that's how I came up with it.
Does your character relate to you in real life?
Actually, no. Not whatsoever, and I think that's why I enjoy doing it so much, because for 20 minutes I get to go out and completely escape and completely be somebody that I'm not. And that's the really, really cool thing about wrestling, is you get the opportunity to act and be someone that you're not, and just live in that moment, enjoy that moment. So I'm not a playboy. I'm not, by any means the jerk that I portray in the wrestling ring. But it's fun to go out and do that, like I said, for 20 minutes.
Do you like portraying a heel or a face?
I prefer heel, because I get to dictate the pace. I get to tell the story that I want to tell. I get to make the people come up. I get to make them come down. And I feel a lot more creative as a heel. But I will say I really enjoy being a babyface too. I really, really enjoy both. But if I had to pick, being a heel is probably my favorite.
It's kind of a tricky question. What federation that you wrestled for helped you develop your character?
I would actually say right here in Maryland, promotions like EWA and MCW really helped me develop my character, because they gave me a lot of creative freedom to do what I wanted and to portray the character that I wanted to portray. It's a shame, because lots of times that's not the case all the time, but fortunately here at EWA and MCW, I had the opportunity to go out and be the Adam Cole that I wanted to be and experiment with things and see what worked and what didn't work. So I actually owe a lot to the Eastern Wrestling Alliance.
What are your goals for the rest of your career?
Well, being in Ring of Honor now, I'd love to be at the top of Ring of Honor someday. I'd love to be Ring of Honor World Champion. And then who knows where I'll be. Eventually, to say that I don't want to someday have a WrestleMania moment would be a lie, because it'd be awesome. You never know what comes of pro wrestling and this crazy career and path that we take. So yeah, my ultimate goal is just to be at the top of the wrestling world. It's my ultimate goal.
What is it like to travel overseas to wrestle?
It's amazing. Culturally, it's like you get to experience a whole other world, and you get to meet a whole bunch of different people, and it's so much different than the United States. And you don't only grow as a wrestler because you're working with different people, and there's different styles of wrestling, but you grow as a human being. My first time I went to England, I flew over there by myself, and I had an address, and I had to take 3 trains and a taxi cab to figure out where I was going. I had no idea where I was in another country, and it was awesome because, like I said, you have to grow up and experience different parts of the world, and it's really, really neat. It's a priceless experience.
Have you won any titles in your career?
Yes, I was EWA Cruiserweight Champion for a while. I'm a 2-time MCW Rage TV Champion, former CZW World Junior Heavyweight Champion, current RCW Cruiserweight Champion, a former WXW C4 Ultimate Hybrid Champion. Yeah, I think that's about it.
How did you get involved with the movie Pro Wrestler?
The guy who made the film, Kenny, I have become friends with over a short period of time, and he approached me with the idea that he wants to do this pro wrestling documentary, and I was very, very interested. So he said he'd follow me around and film me and see what I do and stuff, and that was kind of how it came about.
How do you want your fans to remember you?
I want my fans to remember me as someone who, each and every time I come out and wrestle, I just want you to know that I'm giving you everything that I have, and that there's no place I'd rather be than wrestling for whoever I'm wrestling for right then and there. I love pro wrestling with such a passion. It's literally my life, and the fact that the fans that I've gotten to wrestle for have created so many awesome moments for me, like unforgettable moments in my life, whether they cheer, whether they boo, or as long as they're having a good time. They've created so many moments for me, like I said, that I will never ever forget, and I'm so thankful to each and every one of them who have come out and paid money to see an Adam Cole match. Like it's very, very awesome, very, very overwhelming sometimes too. But I really, really appreciate it. I want you to know that I give you everything that I have every time.
Well, you answered this before, but how did you think of the character Adam Carell and think of the character Adam Cole?
Well, to me, Adam Cole and Adam Carell are like one and the same. It was just a different name. But coming up with a heel character, I was always a fan of guys like Ric Flair, guys like heel Shawn Michaels. I was always a fan of that. Can we swear on this thing? Of that chicken shit heel, like that heel that's like afraid of everybody. And I was always a fan of those bump machine guys. So yeah, that was kind of the wrestler that I wanted to portray and the character that I wanted to portray, and that was kind of how I came up with him. So,
how did the team of Future Shock come about in Ring of Honor?
What happened is myself and Kyle O'Reilly both signed a Ring of Honor contract relatively at the same time. To be honest, they were unsure of what they wanted to do with us, so they said, hey, we're going to throw them together as a team, which surprised the both of us because we were both opponents normally in other independent shows. But I liked Kyle and I got along with Kyle. We were both predominantly singles wrestlers, so we were curious as to see how this tag team thing was going to go. And then the old saying of, if they make great opponents, I bet they make a great team, was completely the case with us, because we gelled instantly the first tag match that we had. And I think so much of him personally. He drives me and motivates me to be a better wrestler and a better human being. He's so dedicated, he's so motivated, and he's going to go very, very far, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be at the top of Ring of Honor in a very short amount of time. So he's the best tag team partner that anybody could ask for. And like I said, me and him literally rose together in Ring of Honor, so it's been really, really cool, and we've gotten really, really close because of that.